One of the most important but neglected areas of the life of a student is sleep. Do you get enough sleep? Is your class harder to pay attention to because you don't sleep enough? We're going to discuss if sleep even matters, it does, and how you can sleep to the best of your ability so that you can become the best student ever and then the best professional whenever you finish school. Why does sleep matter? This is where we're going to start. It does matter. Number one, because sleep is one of the highest causes of depression. And it's not the only cause of depression, but some people who are very depressed are actually, they just don't rest their bodies. That's a factor. Some sources cite sleep, like I said, as the number one cause of depression. Also, sleep has negative health effects if you don't get enough sleep. Over time, sleep deprivation, it increases the risk of chronic conditions like obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Are you convinced yet? The third reason is that sleep is backed by statistics. 78 to 84% of kids do not get enough sleep, and 20% of all fatal accidents have drowsy driving as a factor. I hope that you're convinced that sleep is very important, but how does it work? Well, sleep, first, it hits the save button on the things that you've learned. I was reading about sermon preparation today, and the author said that you should go and you should end your sermon preparation on a confused point, because as you go for a walk, as you go do other things throughout the day, and as you go to sleep, your brain continues to work on that problem that you had or that thing that you couldn't figure out. Sleep, it hits the save button, and you also, maybe you've woken up one day with the solution to a math problem that you weren't able to solve when you were awake. That's what sleep does. Your brain continues to work on certain problems, and you also rest. You also need to understand that your body is built around routines, and you have this internal alarm clock called the circadian rhythm. And this basically allows your body to feel tired around the same time every day. Maybe you've noticed that you're kind of consistent in the time you go to sleep or the time that you start getting tired at least. That's because your body craves that routine. The way that you can use that routine to your advantage is to have that consistent bedtime. It's pretty optimistic to have a consistent bedtime on the weekend as the same as the week. Your sleep experts will tell you to do that. What I'm telling you is be consistent and go to bed a couple hours later on the weekend. That's all right. But make sure that throughout the week you're doing your best to get in bed at the same time. But always having rest for your body, super important. Hits the save button, follows the circadian rhythm. Number three, sleep hits the save button. You also have to understand your body has this internal alarm clock called your circadian rhythm. And then the third thing you need to understand about how sleep works is rapid eye movement. You may have heard this reference before as REM sleep. This is the sleep that it allows your brain to move short-term information to the long-term. And if you get 4 hours of sleep, that's not half as good as 8 hours. It's much less than half, because as your body sleeps, you go into different cycles. And this REM sleep, the cycles are shorter in the first few hours, but then as you get to 6, 7, and 8 hours, they can get up to like 30 minutes, I think I heard an expert say. This is why it's important to not just get 5 hours of sleep and not just get 6, but get the 8 that your body needs. Maybe you don't need 8, that's fine. Get what your body needs, but this REM sleep, it's really important to understand that you move things from your short-term to your long-term memory when you sleep. You need to make sure you get enough. We've discussed why sleep is so important and some of the basics behind what your brain's doing in the different sleep cycles, but here's how you improve your sleep. Make sure that your bedroom is quiet, it's dark, and it's at a comfortable temperature. That's the first one. All sleep experts say you want to have a quiet, dark, cold room if you can. Number two, have that consistent time, because as we said, your body has a circadian rhythm. You're basically designed to get up and go to bed at the same time every day. And when you do this, eventually you won't actually need an alarm clock if you're that consistent with it. That's the most healthy way that you're gonna wake up refreshed every single day. Number three, phone screen. Limit your phone screen before bed. There's different lighting that stimulates your eyes, making it harder for your brain to shut down if you have a lot of screen time before you go to bed. So don't watch TV as you go to sleep. Number four, eat healthy. High sugar, low nutritional diet will totally hurt the quality of sleep that you get. Number five, control caffeine. Caffeine, you'll hear experts say don't do any caffeine after 2 p.m. because you're supposed to have 6 to 8 hours of separation between the time you consume caffeine and when you go to sleep, because caffeine has what's called a half-life. Basically, the drug really affects your body at first, and then the half-life is extended many hours after the initial consumption of the drug. Number 6, exercise. If you exercise really hard and you go for a run, you're gonna have an easier time going to sleep at night, or bodybuilding, whatever you do, or yoga. Number 7, location of your work. Don't work in the place you also sleep, because your body has these habit loops. Your brain is designed a certain way so that whenever you get into your bedroom, you fall asleep. So don't do that. Number 8, don't take a nap. If you nap consistently, it messes up your circadian rhythm. And number 9, don't oversleep or undersleep. Maybe you've actually overslept before and then felt more tired throughout the day. I've definitely done that. Make sure that you have that consistent time, that you get as much sleep as you need. But guys, follow these steps. Hopefully this is helpful. Sleep is very important. Hits the save button and follow the, eating healthy and following these routines. It'll make you so much more effective in the classroom, and it'll rest your brain better, and you'll be able to be a better husband, wife, family leader, whatever you do. See you guys.